Welcome back to Hridayam, a space for inner stillness, elevated awareness, and energetic transformation. Take a deep breath in and allow yourself to arrive in this moment. Now, we all want to feel powerful. We all want to feel in charge of our life. We want to be in control. We want to be ahead of life, right? Creating the life that we desire instead of reacting to the life that exists around us. Yes, what are the things you do to claim your power? What are the few things that you do? For example, to claim power over your body, you would exercise. Yes, maybe eat and regulate what you put inside your mouth. With respect to your relationships, drawing healthy boundaries. Yes, that is one of the way to reclaim your power. With respect to business, being in a dominant position in a negotiation, we learn, we experiment, and we try so many things to stay in control, to stay powerful. What if there was a shortcut to being one of the most powerful person, feeling the most powerful wherever you walk in? Do you know it is actually very easy to feel completely in control and rooted in power wherever you are, whatever expression of life you are experiencing. And that power lies in alignment. Yes, what is alignment? Alignment is when your purpose, your thoughts, your feelings, your words, and your actions are completely in sync with each other. Do you realize oftentimes the actions that we take are in contradiction to how we are feeling? Very simple example, you do not feel like meeting somebody socially or in family or in your business, but you have to. Yes, very common scenario. And then the body is resisting, your emotions are resisting, but you have to take that action. Yes, now that makes you feel internally perturbed, internally disturbed, internally not at ease. What if we were to do every action in alignment with our purpose, in alignment with our thoughts and feelings and words? Now, one of the things that you could say at this point is, but Sneha, you know what? Sometimes we have to meet people, right? Socially, we are obliged, or maybe in the business, we are obliged, and we must meet this person. Sure enough, then don't fight it. If you must do something, if life brings something upon you that must be done, then you have to learn to be at peace with it. Yes, let's take another example. You want to lose weight. Yes, so you are eating good food, good quality food, you are exercising your body, you are tracking your sleep cycle, you're trying to reduce stress. So you are doing everything that is supposedly going to give you good result. But internally, your own inner dialogue with your body is, I don't like this body. I don't feel comfortable in my body. My eyebrows not good enough. My height not good enough. When this inner war with your own body is going on, no matter what external actions we take, internally there will always be a fight going on. So, what should we do? We have to learn to accept and be grateful for the body that God has blessed us with. And because we accept and we love and we are grateful for what we have, we learn to nurture it, to take care of it, and provide for it the way that will enhance its longevity. यहाँ पे this means that the purpose is completely clear, the thoughts are positive and empowering, you feel emotionally relaxed, and at the same time you are taking the right actions. What comes out of the mouth about body is gratitude, a sense of self-love. This is tough, huh? This is not the easiest thing to do. Because a lot of times we have been taught that even if you don't feel like it, do it. Even if it doesn't feel right in that moment, or even if your thoughts are not aligned, you must keep up with the pace of life. Society tries to beat us all into becoming clones of each other. Yes. So there is a timeline that one must follow. There is a body type that everybody must follow. There is a social order that everybody must follow. And today we have social media that is big time trying to influence our consumption pattern, how we think about life, how we are interacting with people around us. And out of compulsion, out of cloning other people's realities, we end up doing things that may or may not truly resonate with us. And then, in spite of doing the best things possible, inside there is a sense of emptiness. So, for example, everybody goes to retreats today. So, you also decide to go to retreat because it was marketed so well. But internally, you are not a retreat person. Your thoughts do not align, your feelings do not align. Now, retreats could be one of the best things for somebody else. Maybe not the best for you. But you do it because everybody else is doing it. So there is lack of clarity. Purpose is not clear. The thoughts are not aligned to your feelings. It's not aligned to your words and your actions. Every time they are in contradiction to each other, your thoughts and feelings are not aligning to your words and actions, there is going to be disharmony, there is going to be a sense of stress. When you look at some of the highest performing people in the world, their schedules are packed with action. They have long hours, they meet people constantly, they are still taking care of their health, crazy working hours. But because they are aligned to their purpose, their thoughts and feelings are in alignment, they do not feel like they are working. Have you heard about this? We all want to get to a place where our relationships are overflowing with love, our health is in abundance, our prosperity is flowing seamlessly into our life. But none of us want to say no for an answer. Being in alignment requires for us to stay true to our path, to stay in our own lane and say no to all other distractions. If you are going to be doing something, whatever it could be, for example, recording sessions like this, right? Don't do it unless your purpose, your thoughts, your feelings, your words and actions are in alignment. I did not bring myself to record this doubting myself, doubting the message that I had to give out. And I was doubting for a very long time. So the preparation that went behind recording these sessions was alignment of my thoughts and my feelings. That is the preparation each one of us needs. So let us try to stay honest to who we truly are. And if we must do things that are not true to our being, but they must be done out of kindness and love for people around us, let us try to find joy, let us try to feel peace and sincerity in doing those things. If I must cater to somebody I do not like, I must find a way to like that person. That reduces, in fact, to a very high degree, eliminates stress from our life. All of this begins by trying to find the purpose of our life. Now, do you know what is the purpose of your life? Have you thought about it? What is the purpose of relationships that you have built all around you? What is the purpose of the business that you are running? What is the purpose for your body? What is the purpose for everything that you're doing in your life? If your purpose is to stay slim, then the course of action is going to be very different. Vis-a-vis, you want to stay healthy and increase your longevity. Then the actions that you will take for your body will look completely different. I want everybody to like me and have good relationships with everybody. The course of action is very different. Vis-a-vis, I want to build meaningful, loving, and soul connect level relationships with people around me. What this calls for is going to be very different. Once you figure out your purpose, then you start aligning your thoughts, your feelings, your words, and actions to it. Do not speak negatively about things that you are pursuing. Otherwise, that is like self-sabotage. You will end up destroying the very thing that you are putting in so much effort to create. Power comes from purpose, and power comes through elimination, removing all the distractions, removing the things that are not serving you or serving what life you are trying to create. Yes, so take a moment, sit down, relax yourself, preferably close your eyes. Think about an area of your life where you feel distress. Maybe a relationship, maybe with your child, with your parent, with your spouse, maybe a co-worker. Yes, these are people you can't avoid. You must interact with them on a regular basis. Now, what kind of thoughts do you carry about this person? What kind of emotions do you have? Are you pretending to keep the relationship going? Or are you wanting to express but are too scared to express what you have inside of you? Do you see that you do things with and for this person that do not align to who you truly are? What are the 2 things that you can eliminate from this relationship? You can stop doing that will change the quality of this relationship. If you stop criticizing this person, talking negatively about this person and complaining about this person consistently over and over again, do you believe that this will change the quality of your interaction with that person? Think about it. Try and define what kind of relationship you want with this person and align your thoughts, your feelings, your words, including your actions with that. Gently open your eyes. It's a simple exercise. You can do this with respect to any area of your life. Try doing it when you are stuck in a difficult situation where you feel that you are having to do things that you do not like. Write down what are the 2 things that you can change about this situation that will change the quality of it completely. Thank you for being here, and remember, as your inner world begins to shift, life quietly shifts with it. Thank you so much.